In today's video, we're going to discuss if Baldur's Gate 3 is your kind of game, if you would enjoy playing it, and if you're going to get value with spending the money on this game. With Baldur's Gate 3 releasing on August 3rd of 2023 on PC and then a month later on consoles, there is a lot of hype behind this game, and you've probably been there before, where you don't know if the game is for you, if all the hype is undue and unnecessary, and I'm gonna let you know exactly what this game is. Baldur's Gate 3 is a CRPG, but in the year 2023, what does that mean? Well, in terms of the combat, it is a turn-based tactical RPG. If I had to oversimplify it, it is almost like an XCOM form of combat, with your team going and then the enemy's team going. Is Baldur's Gate 3 an open world RPG like Skyrim? The answer is not wholly. Baldur's Gate 3, in my opinion, is many different miniaturized sandboxes, but more like dioramas, where you have individualized acts, scenes, areas of the game, and you can travel between them to different towns, different cities. But the game is compartmentalized in a sense where you have certain objectives in the grand scheme of things. For example, we could pretend that you are on one side of a battlefield, and on the other end of the battlefield is a castle, and your goal would be to rescue the princess. We'll make it very simplified, extremely oversimplified. And throughout the battlefield, there's different obstacles and paths and things that you would have to go through. And depending on what character you design, what class you pick, what race you pick, what your skills are and attributes, you will have a different outcome for every player, and that's the beauty of games like Baldur's Gate 3. And Larian Studios are masters of this. Again, very oversimplified. A mage character might transform into mist and fly across the battlefield. And then when he gets to the tower, he might have to rest and then get more magic to maybe teleport up to get inside to rescue the princess. And then how do you get the princess out? Maybe a rogue character will stealth through the battlefield, lockpick his way in, get up there, and maybe hang glide off the top with the princess. A barbarian might just battle his way through and kick the front door down. Somebody who is charismatic and good at persuasion might talk his way through the situation and negotiate a release of the princess. And this is what I mean within this metaphorical battlefield scenario. And it's a massive battlefield with various sides, huge towns on all sides. Again, I'm just elaborating here, making an analogy. You have the open world capabilities within this diorama, this little, scenario, we'll call it. Now, the way Baldur's Gate 3 is, and Larian Studios, you will have a hugely realistically complex, many number of choices that you'll have to do, and you'll have many objectives, and you will be in a small sandbox where you will figure out how to accomplish these objectives in whatever order and manner you see fit for your playthrough. No two playthroughs will ever be the same. Even if you design the exact same character and play the exact same way, which would not be very fun for replayability, it'll still be different outcomes, depending on how you answer questions, how you approach things. And every choice you make in the game has consequences. You will see the outcomes of your decisions played out in the game in later acts. Maybe thieves have pickpocketed you and you found their hideout, and instead of murdering them all, maybe instead you talk your way into getting your wallet back, and then you invest in them 50 gold in their future endeavors. You never know. Maybe in a later act, this band of pickpocketing thieves will open up a thieves guild, and they will remember your contributions. You never know. That's the kind of game this is. That every little hiccup you do in the game will have consequences. going back to the topic of sandbox, within these macrocosm scenarios, you can affect the world on a microcosmic level. What I mean by this is you can kill NPCs, you can kill quest givers, almost like Morrowind. You can totally use the world as your sandbox with creativity. They give you many different actions, from shoving people to jumping to hiding to sneaking around. And with all these different actions, you can get around the world, explore, and also affect the world by laying traps, building giant crate towers that you can climb on, throwing people off cliffs. The list is almost endless in ways you can affect this game. There are 12 very big levels to your character development. Some games have 50 level caps, 60. You don't need that in a game like this, based off of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. 12 levels is adequate, and your character by the end of this will be very powerful, and you'll have a lot of fun with the combat. Is this game worth the $60 to $70? Yes, it is, because the replayability is so high. If you like RPGs, this game is for you. If you like CRPGs, this game is definitely for you. If you like RPGs where your decisions matter, and you can affect the game with your choices, this game is for you. If you like tactical-based combat, this game is for you. Now, by now, I think you can figure out if the game is not for you, or if it doesn't sound like your cup of tea. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you excited for Baldur's Gate 3? What system are you buying it on? Are you getting it on PC? Did you buy a PC just for this game? I've heard a lot of stories like that. Hit that thumbs up button, that really helps me out, and subscribe for more awesome video game content and Baldur's Gate 3 content. We have a lot more stuff in the works. Have a great rest of your day.